Hey everyone, this is Walter, and I'm back here with more posts I found on Reddit. Nice guys are men who think nice gestures make them better than other men, but we'll see if that's true. Let's get started with Nice Guys from Reddit. These posts come to us from Reddit Nice Guys. You dated him. I'm sure he didn't just one day transform and abuse you. You probably saw all the red flags and thought you could change him. Jesus Christ, women's ability to take zero accountability for bad decisions is something that never ceases to amaze me. Incel alert. All women seek shelter immediately. Unfortunately for you, I'm in shape mentally and physically, and women actually love being around me. Maybe you need therapy, because unlike you, if I choose a bad woman, I take accountability for doing so, and I don't put all the blame on the other person. Invest in cat food, because there's going to be a lot of Western single bitter women like yourself with 10 cats by the time you hit 50. I see people saying this almost daily. Woman is abused, everyone blames her for not being more observant of red flags. How about we just don't abuse anyone? Yeah, it does seem a little easier to just blame the person who's actually beating people up. And does he think that abusive men don't hide their true nature? He's really talking out his ass. I'm so tired of being a nice guy. I'm starting to think that women like assholes, and nothing more. Well, you see, what it seems to me anyways, is from 18 to about 35, 40-ish, females are attracted to the assholes that treat them like shit, beat on them, and totally fuck them up mentally. And bypass all the nice good guys, or they get with a good nice guy, but aren't used to being treated so well, that they end up fucking that dude up mentally, and it turns them into the assholes that end up fucking up the females in the first place. It's a revolving door of fucked up shit. Then, after they have already experienced all the bullshit and asshole dick-headed fucks, then it finally clicks. Hey, maybe I should give a nice guy a shot. But by that time they've been ran down, fucked up, and are so broken that the relationship is usually rocky as fuck. And you have to try and fix all the damage done by prior dickheads. In which usually tears you down and makes you contemplate if it's even worth it. Or by the time they get to the nice guy, he's so fucked up from all the damaged females he's been with, or been hurt and rejected by now, that he is an asshole. Or totally unsure if he wants to go for it, or continue to be a man whore, because that seems to be the best option for him, since he has been fucked over by all the damaged females that have been fucked up by the dickhead ex-boyfriends. It's all one big clusterfuck anymore, so honestly I don't know what to say, or advice to give. Except to keep your head up and be patient, because one day soon, hopefully you find the right one. Hope you're doing alright, bro. I like how he even gives a tragic backstory to the douchebag guys that he hates, so even their very existence is women's own fault. I also wish he'd learn how to end a sentence. I am so tired of men blaming women for men being shit. And having a bad relationship in your past doesn't excuse abusing someone, obviously. And notice how instead of nice guy, he says nice good guy. They know there's a stigma behind the term, but they still want to use it somehow. Well, let's find some more posts. You never even said one thing I did that was rude. I hung out with you all night, got you food, called you nice compliments. You're just mad for no reason. I actually liked you, so... 1. You trashed my house. 2. You called me a dumbass for hours. 3. Spilled everything and didn't even try to clean it up. 4. Hung up on me because I didn't have the time to go out of my way to pick you up for the bar. 5. Called me a liar over and over. 6. Literally called other girls in my bathroom, like I couldn't hear you. Like just in general, you had no respect for me or my space, and I don't appreciate that in a person. Trashed your house, really? Yes. I ain't called no girls, and spilled nothing. Your space? I'm still finding your stupid cans everywhere. Like I have a kid. Alcohol needs to be put up when you're drinking. I think you know I am a nice person. It was just cringy night. I had fun, but okay. I get that. You could have reminded me to clean up in the morning. My mattress that I got last week, you spilled in and laughed at. You also spilled blue cheese all over the floor. Spilling blue cheese everywhere is pretty diabolical. It smells very strongly. It's kind of amazing two people could have such different views of what happened the same night. K, I was killed. Those are accidental. I forgot about the cans. I would've. And yeah, what's the problem? You drink too. If that's what helps you feel better about yourself, you can put it on me. That's fine. I was just nervous because you were cute and I needed to calm down. About cans? It's not a big deal, and I would have cleaned it up. Here's the thing. I'm not your mother. I don't need to remind you to do shit. Find your manners when you go to other people's houses. But alright, have a good night. You can disagree with me. That's fine. You also refused to leave my house when I asked you multiple times, and got mad because I refused to suck your dick when it's not even hard. I've hung out with plenty of people for the first time that don't treat me or my house that way, so I just don't care to give it the time of day. Like I said, I think you were rude. Disagree if you want, but that's why I keep saying I'm not hanging out with you. Alright, I've tried. Apologized. Looks like you were very sensitive for no good reason. I know my value, and honestly, anyone is blessed to have me in their life, and I always ride for them. We were drinking and some shit happened. Big deal. Your loss. Peace for real this time. This is the kind of scenario where a normal person would be embarrassed about that night and not talk to her, at least for a while. And what does he mean he apologized? The fuck he did. Please tell me you're not going to pass up on such a catch. I mean, come on, if you don't swoop this guy up, you're going to miss your chance. Who doesn't want to have their house destroyed by some guy who doesn't give a fuck, get verbally bashed all night, listening to him spin stupid lines to other girls, all capped off by a lovely session of putting your mouth on an unwashed, whiskey-filled piece of spaghetti for God knows how long while he weaves in and out of consciousness? You were blessed to have this slob-spilled beer in your bed. Who wouldn't be? And blue cheese. He focuses in so hard on the fucking cans because that's an easy thing for him to make excuses for. Notice he says nothing about hurling verbal abuse at her all night. Narcissistic behavior, to be fair. Looks like you're sensitive for no reason? Bruh, she literally gave you an itemized list. That was my favorite part too. Her, you got too drunk, spilled blue cheese, left cans everywhere, and pestered me for oral sex. Him. Look who is upset for absolutely no reason. Whatever, crazy. This guy is either totally oblivious or a gaslighting abuser. Either way, he can act the fool somewhere else. It's also a huge red flag to behave terribly when drinking and then be in total denial about it later. That's addict behavior. Alright, this next guy messages at 2 a.m. on a weekday. Okay, so silence it is then. At that hour, yes. I'm always the one to text you. I'm always the one to initiate everything, and you are silent. Not fucking doing this. I'm not a puppy who is gonna chase your ass. You got me fucked up if you think so. Fuck off. Everyone gets the time of day, but me, I'm not playing that shit. Mark my words, you will regret it, because I was willing to give a fuck about you. What the fuck? It looks like this guy stayed up all night just waiting for you to reply. Seriously, those people don't seem to understand that people aren't available 24/7. If he is always the one initiating, why not get the hint? Seriously, we've all been there and it sucks, but accept it and move on. He really went off on a rant from pretty much no input at all. And if he didn't sleep and just waited? Yeah, that wouldn't be creepy at all, would it? This next one is titled, My Friend Had to Deal with This Last Night. And apparently the OP had to bail her friend out of a date with this guy at Applebee's. I gave you a whole day to respond to me, bitch. But you left me on red. I'm not good enough for you? Go back talking to the cucks you meant on Tinder, instead of getting with a real man like me. You better fucking respond to me, slut, or you'll lose out on this nice guy. LOL, what? I met you on Tinder too. But unlike those dicks, I'm here to treat you right. Give me a chance. Yeah, this doesn't seem right either, so... Didn't you love our date? I wore my good suit, and I took you to Applebee's. Fine, bitch. Good luck getting mistreated. Blocked. Apparently this is the last good man. No one else is gonna wear a suit and take you to Applebee's, clearly. You better respond, slut, or you'll be missing a really nice guy. The irony. Most people in the comments are just losing it over wearing a suit to Applebee's for a first date. Oh, this next one's from Grindr, which is always good for a laugh. Can't sleep? Bah, whatever. Nothing new. Yet another 19-year-old horny lying teen who can't see a good thing right in his face. I'll never forgive this crap, to be honest. I hope someday you truly regret having treated me like shit. I sure won't forget, not forgive you or your friends, and all those guys you meet and talk to that I know, until you apologize and truly regret your shit actions. You are on that blacklist, and I'll make sure you stay there. Man, no one is going to go back and regret not meeting someone on a hookup app. This gets repeated so often, and it makes zero sense to me. He's never gonna forgive you for not being there when he wanted you to help him jerk off at 3 a.m. Probably an unpopular opinion, but how else are men going to get a woman? Women are hardwired to reject male propositions. This essentially acts like a filter against beta males who will give up after 1 or 2 tries. Women actually want males to be pushy, to break their refusals, and essentially claim them. That's basically how they ensure they'll get alpha genes. To all the people who will undoubtedly downvote me, let me ask you this. How many times did you get laid being nice and respectful? And if you actually got laid, was she pretty or a land whale? I feel like we found Johnny Bravo's Reddit account or something. If you're not out there actively making women uncomfortable, this joker thinks that makes you a beta male. What the fuck, dude? I've gotten plenty of dates and laid plenty while still taking no as an answer. I just know when and where it's appropriate to do that sort of thing, and a girl walking home alone, probably somewhat terrified of you because you hold basically all the power in that situation, and she doesn't know you? Not an appropriate time. Yeah, for sure it depends on the context, but chances are she did something to lead that guy on. Smiles and giggles are usually a dead giveaway. She actually wants the guy. Let me tell you a story. A few years back, I was with some friends in a car. It was evening, and I see 2 girls walking while we stay at the red light. I pull down the window and yell at one of them, "You got nice tits." I ask them if they want to hop in the car with us. Obviously, they say no, but I heard them giggle. So when we drive away, I ask my friend who was driving to go around the block so we catch up with them at the next stop. He does that, we catch up to them again. Same thing, want to party with us? Girl, you look pretty, hop on the car with us. Come on, we drive you home. Shit like that. We do this a couple more times, I think. Every time when we drive away, I can hear them giggling and see them smiling. Finally, they actually go in the car with us. My point is this, men are made to push boundaries. Sometimes people feel uncomfortable because of that. That's okay. Life is not supposed to be comfortable. You know who else thinks women giggling means that they want him? Lucas Werner. It was basically the catalyst for the Starbucks incident, because a barista giggled at him. Yeah, I had a car of 20-something-year-old dudes creep alongside me while I walked home one day, calling out to me, trying to get me into their car. I was 12. Fucking predators do this shit. What the hell? I'd be terrified. This totally didn't happen ever. Wow, just wow. That story is so made up, lol. It made me giggle. Good thing he couldn't hear me though, because that means I want to be assaulted at night by a man. Yeah, it doesn't appear that people are buying that story. I guess this last one is a man ending a 10-year friendship, because he wants more. Unfortunately, the image quality is horrible. After a long, hard thought process, I have decided to stand by my choice of relationship or nothing. Since your choice is nothing, I say goodbye. Last night, all you cared about was how it was affecting you. You were crying, you were hurt, you were pissed off, etc. You never gave any consideration as to how I felt, which is why I affirmed that you didn't care. If you cared, if you loved me, you would have said yes, even if to tell me later you had been lying. Last night I was contemplating suicide. I'm not right now, obviously. I'm waiting to go to class. What if I had gone through with it? How would you feel if you had gotten a call this morning, or afternoon, that I was gone, with you having the knowledge that you could have prevented it with 1, maybe even 3 words? But you didn't. It didn't occur to you. You were too busy being selfish, and only looking after your own needs. I also stand by what I said about loving you. I'm too stupid to stop loving people. I still love my first girlfriend I ever had, and even that girl Blank that screwed me over so hard. If you ever change your mind, I will still gladly accept you with open arms. But until you realize that, I'm gone. Wow, I'm starting to think this guy isn't a very good friend. He says she only cares about herself, but he doesn't even care if she wants a relationship or not. Just remember, in 4 or some years, that there is nobody else that will shower you with praise and affection like that, without sexual intentions. When you are stuck with a cold, unfeeling partner that only cares about sex, and that is as dumb as a rock, just remind yourself that you gave up the chance to have someone who wouldn't do that. You drove that person out of your life with selfishness. A couple points I forgot to bring up in that, and I forgot to bring up last night. You were my last hope, so to speak. I had given up completely on women, and was content with no more relationships. Then I realized I was in love with you. So I told myself, okay, I'll make an exception for her. If this one works out, maybe that shows that all those other ones just weren't right, that there is nothing wrong with me. But you have shown me that there has to be something wrong, that nobody will love me back. So I am done with relationships. You might move on and find love from someone else, but I will not. I will spend the rest of my life alone now, never knowing what it feels like to be loved back, all because of your selfishness. He's trying very hard to be manipulative, but it's great to see that it isn't working out for him. That is so scary when actually reading into it. He tried to manipulate you by saying he was going to commit suicide if you didn't love him. Then he went on to be selfish by only talking about how he felt while not bringing any of your feelings into consideration. He acts like some top-notch guy, but can't even handle a simple rejection. What a douchebag. Anyway, it's about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say about the nice guys or my content, let me hear it in the comments. I'll be reading them while the video's new. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more content like this. But now it's time to shout out my generous patrons by name. They support me more directly over on Patreon, and it really helps me out. Jimmo, Gwenor, Ava Swan, Levon, Chris Sturman, Chef Casa, Sion Wills, Denthead, Daniel Della Pena, Ouroboros, William Ash, Big Mike Shirley, Sammy, Wernology, Don Smith, Alberto 2001, Zephyrin, Sazandora, Skepticals, Zebrabird, Weeb Jesus, Molly Mayhem, Trashboat1234, Lauren Royal Woods, Salil Hamed Ganiva, Bumbus McDunga, Psychic Kumquat, Big Mike 9546, I am, Manish Pradeep. Welcome, it's very good to have you. Lil Spoon, Regrettable Stitches, Knit1 Code 2, Alex Anakin, Francois Tremblay, and Hermes. Thanks again so much. This is video number 5 this month, but I should be back soon with more Reddit crap. I'm also considering creepy PMs. That one used to be fun. Well, have a great day, everyone, and make sure you don't giggle too much, or men might think you want them.